Match week 25 in the books. Arsenal with a convincingly solid 1-0 victory against Leicester City. Man City keep up pace, though. The 4-1 victory at the Vitality. Liverpool continue their push for top four, grabbing a draw with Crystal Palace and a midweek win against Wolves. A disgusting London derby between Tottenham and Chelsea sees Graham Potter on the brink already. Sam and I delve into whether it's rightfully deserved or not. And West Ham have a pulse after a 4-0 thrashing of Nottingham Forest. We'll cover everything that was match week 25. This is the Premiership Perusal.
Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! Back, Fuchs, and the ball in behind Damian Vardy! It's 11! It's heaven for Jamie Vardy!
You are an ostrich. Well, your head must be in the sand. Is your head in the sand? Are you flexible enough to get your head in the sand?
Now the fans are shouting every week, Louis van Gaal's army! Louis van Gaal's army!
Feet after a fabulous start, the game just got away from you there.
I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say about the game at all.
Drama from day one! This is the league we want to watch!
We're here.
Yep,
We're here. We're live.
in the flesh.
Can you believe it's already 25
25
in the books?
Games in. It's crazy. Crazy how the time goes. I mean,
Yeah, we just had the World Cup not that long ago yet.
yeah.
Here we are.
Yesterday it was 2004. We were having a good time. What
Yeah.
happened?
Yesterday, Bolton was up in the Premier League.
Now they're in administration.
Let's get right into it. We had a solid game to open the week.
Yes.
Fulham, Wolves. Fulham pretty solid early on in possession in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, Wolves kind of, worked their way into the game, and then as soon as you know it, they grabbed the lead.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good start to the game. Both sides looking up for the match.
Mm-hmm.
Some good possession, both sides. Like you said, Wolves getting the opening goal 23 minutes in, building quickly. Mateos playing a ball to Jimenez. Lands to Sarabia. Slots it back the net. First goal in the Wolves color. What could you believe?
I mean, Fulham, it's honestly surprising when Fulham concede at this point.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so solid defensively. And it took a nice goal, nice finish by Sarabia. We like how he's been playing.
Yeah.
Jimenez played in this one, and he played in the Liverpool game. We'll get into it. I guess kind of just back to being the starter. Is it better than Diego Costa for you?
The fact that Diego Costa gets subbed into every game
I
really
love
bothers
it so
me.
much. I love every time he comes on. It's, how, man, you have Fergie time.
Yeah.
The Wolves have Diego Costa time.
Diego time.
Get that on a T-shirt immediately.
That is the one thing preventing me from getting
Fully embracing
on,
Wolves?
on board with Wolves and Lopetegui is that he gets subbed on every match, especially when they want to sub him in when they're looking for a goal. That man is not going to score any goals. He's terrible.
It's like getting a guy who used to hit a bunch of home runs in baseball, and you just start pinch hitting him. And then you're like, he could hit one here, and he's hit 160 the last 2 years.
It's like signing Joey Gallo.
Hey, shift's off now. Sorry about the baseball talk. It's finally around the corner. I don't know. It still bothered me that these guys that Wolves bring in, I feel like they're quality, but they just don't really build anything. Like Cunha did not look great in this. Mateus looked fine at moments and stuff, but I don't know. He didn't even look that great. Sarabia's been a good signing. I'll give him that, but I don't know.
I thought they looked decent.
They
had kind of one thing going where they were getting balls down the left-hand side.
Yeah.
But in terms of getting a whole lot of chances, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Fulham, I'm a little concerned about Fulham the past few games. I feel like they've kind of stepped off the gas pedal.
I think it's their attack has dropped off. I'm
Yeah,
still confident in their
100%.
defense. I'm confident in their midfield. It's more so like there's no Mitrovic. Clearly, with these last couple games he's been out.
Yeah.
It's Carlos Vinicius, and you're just like, oh, man. And if Willian's not creating sauce. I thought D. Cordova-Reed was probably their best attacking guy in this game, but he didn't even do anything like spectacular, but
Yeah. Just before halftime, free kick chance for Pereira, saved by Jose Sa. Goes in halftime 1-0. Second half, chance for Wolves. Pretty early on, Sarabia putting a nice ball into the box for Jimenez. Puts the header just wide. Can't believe that guy still starts. Raul.
well, he's finally back now. I mean, it's one of those things where at least I guess he's not really a 9 because the last year we saw him not really play a full-on 9 role, but typically you'd think of him as a 9, but they just need someone to kind of feed balls into in the box, but they don't have anyone. And it's a lot of times it's their own fault. They keep bringing in a bunch of guys that are more attacking mids or kind of like winger kind of guys. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how about you just go get a 9? But easier said than done, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about 9 right now. Manor Solomon.
Can someone say player of the month, Manor Solomon?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Cuts in on that side. He had the same goal midweek. I think they played Leeds in the FA Cup or something. And same exact goal, but he has that nice little cut inside, finds a space, little curler.
They call him the
far post.
Israeli Robin.
Something like that.
What a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Fulham is Fulham vibes FC this year, just in general.
They got pretty good vibes, yeah. I think they're definitely up there.
Solomon will be their one attacking guy for like 5 games now. Yeah, and then Paulinho getting shoved in the back in the box from Lamina. Mm-hmm. That was nice.
You know, Lamina, what's he there for? Just the shit house, pretty
yellows
much.
and reds, yeah. How'd that guy ever end up at like Juventus early on?
That's a good question. Big chance just before the final whistle. Jose Sa making a big save on Tete after a ball in. Or I guess the save was on Vinicius. Tete putting the ball in the box.
Yeah.
Jose Sa coming in clutch once again. Saving a point there for Wolves. Ends 1-0. 1-1. What are your thoughts? Fair result?
Yeah, I didn't think that Fulham's attack was all that spectacular, and I thought, even though I just complained a lot about Wolves' attack, it was probably better than Fulham's for a majority of the game, I guess. But
yeah,
both teams solid in defense and stuff, so I'd say 1-1's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Moving on. What do we have next? Is it Villa? It's the Villa game. You called this one. I felt the draw coming. I was wrong. It was very, very incorrect. You have you're like a cheat code though for this because you can sense what Emery can win and what he can't win.
That's true. I've seen it.
You've not seen
it in my
it.
bones.
You've lived it.
I've lived it.
Yeah.
It's like looking at photographs of my oldest self.
Look at this photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me want to play slowly out of the back.
It makes me good evening.
Good evening.
Villa, solid early passing, but eventually
this photograph.
Yeah, we were trying to start talking about this game, and we
Sorry,
got
I had to...
Nickelback ripping out here. Villa, solid early passing, but eventually Everton's press kind of becomes an issue, and that's what I was worried about coming into this is, Dyche's men, who he's got him playing right now, they're not afraid to kind of get up on you. And it didn't result in any major giveaways and clear-cut chances for Everton, but
yeah,
I was worried about it.
Definitely one of those matchup things where you look at Villa wanting to play slowly out of the back. They've made mistakes before.
Yes.
And now we got the new Everton wanting to press a lot.
Yeah.
Potential for disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, about 20 minutes in, Everton really kind of established themselves back in the game and kind of looked the better side as Villa couldn't really didn't really have the majority of the ball as they did in the first 20 minutes or so. But then Everton had a couple chances, and they did nothing with them.
Yeah, Neil Maupay chance from a header from the corner, and then Onana close range header saved by Martinez just before halftime. Good chance for Neil Maupay. Nice play from McNeil. Shot straight at Emi Martinez. How many times have we seen that before? Some good play, which ends up in a shot for Neil Maupay, and it's just a slow roller.
This
guy
fantastic.
sucks. This guy sucks. He pisses me off.
Goes in halftime 0-0. Second half, chance for Everton. A little scramble in the Villa box, but Iwobi has the chance go wide, deflected back to Maupay's header. Was cleared off the line by Tyrone Mings.
Big clearance from Mr. Mings.
Yes. And then Pickford, big save onto the post on the Watkins header from 6 yards out.
Yeah, that should have been a goal.
It should have been my guy, Ollie Watkins. And then we have a penalty shortly thereafter, and Ollie Watkins does get his goal.
Yeah, Idrissa Gana Guy giving away a penalty. Man, this guy is just filled with errors.
Hey, this Idrissa guy sucks, am I right?
Oh.
We were just talking about Lamina at Juventus. Why was Idrissa Gueye at PSG?
Yeah, that, I don't know.
They're like, you know what? We tapped into mid-table Premier League clubs with Kabay. Let's tap in Idrissa Gueye. And they're like, actually, we're wrong. This guy sucks.
This guy sucks. You can't let him within like 20 yards of your own box.
Did you know that he was on Villa? I don't ever remember him being on Villa. He was on Villa the year like they went down, like that really, really bad year.
Yeah,
like
historically
16-year-old Jack Grealish year. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was on Villa that year.
They had like 18 points.
Yeah, I did not know that. I was like, oh my gosh.
I didn't know that either.
Watkins scores it.
Scores again.
Yeah, he's
Holy
heating
smokes.
up for Player of the Month with Manor Solomon. Good luck being him.
Hank's just rubbing his hands
It's less
together.
that. It's more like, imagine if he didn't have Steven Gerrard as manager for half the year. Brutal. We got some hand rubbing ASMR by Sam right now, and jacket and a raincoat.
This is my Port Vale jacket. Come on, you Valians.
Yeah, and another chance for Ollie Watkins. Test Pickford, the shot, and then Villa make it 2-0. Ming springs quick to attack with long ball up. Buendia puts a nice move on, gets some space, get the shot off, fired past Pickford. I wish you could just read Buendia and Benrahma, like when they'll just be good.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating that they just can't put it together for more than like 3 game stretches.
That is true. That is true. Great ball up from Tyrone Mings. Big match from him.
Yeah, he played well.
Played well. Clean sheet for Villa.
Massive.
Good road.
After some
Good road win.
After some questionable defensive play over the last handful of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, finishes 2-0. Big win for Villa. Everton, the performance wasn't too bad, but the result, obviously,
Neil
not
Maupay
what you'd
sucks.
like to see.
He sucks.
What are you going to do? Calvert-Lewin poured his heart out against Arsenal, and now he's hurt again.
You know what I don't get? Why is Damari Gray sitting on the bench?
You think he's a Sean Dyche player?
No,
I mean-
he's not, but he's the best player on the team.
He could run around
Best
at least.
attacker, at least.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just throw him up front.
Are
and
we
do,
sure they
like,
shouldn't have
run.
Rondon back? Why'd they sell him? He's a Sean Dyche guy.
I don't think they sold him. I think they released him.
Yeah, well,
No one's
sold him
buying
into
him.
free agency for at a negative rate.
They sold him away from themselves.
Moving on. Leeds, Southampton. We were dead wrong
my
about this.
God.
We were dead wrong about this.
One of the worst games I've ever witnessed.
Why was
with
this
my
game
eyes.
on USA and not Arsenal Leicester?
I don't
Who
know.
came up with that?
19th versus 20th.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, it's me, Tim Howard here, previewing Leeds United. The American Jesse Marsh. Oh wait, he got fired.
Yeah.
versus Southampton, who just fully committed to some guy who dressed up like a manager.
You love that, though. The full commitment to Sellis.
They committed too hard.
Did you see
Too
that
hard.
some guy, the Poland manager from like the World Cup, just like threw his resume at Southampton, and they're like, yeah, no, we're okay. We're good. We're good.
Southampton doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, that guy, I mean, I'd rather have Sellis for the memes.
I'd rather have a Polish guy. Just
They should have went
stick
with
him
the
in
new manager every
Polish,
week.
Sorry.
That's the thing they should have done. New manager every week.
Well, can't rule it out.
Or
I mean,
just like player manager. Just have Theo Walcott be the player manager.
I don't think this guy's lasting long.
No. Well, it's only till the end of the year.
Can he last longer than Nathan Jones?
Yeah, anyone can. Anyone can.
We'll see. We'll see. It depends if he starts talking about coal mines and Welsh women.
To this game, Leeds crowd was in it. I had that. I had Aronson look good going forward. Southampton may never get in the box. Why is Bednarek out there? That was my first half notes. 5 bullet points.
Yeah, why is Bednarek out there?
I don't know. I wouldn't. There's a certain point you should reach as a club where a guy like says something or does something and you just don't want him out there. You shouldn't want him out there. Like he wanted to move on. He got loaned to Villa, and then he just comes back and he has like an own goal. In the first game, it's like, oh my gosh. Why is Shaletta Shah not out there? Why? You have so many options. Just stop it.
Come on. Come on.
Also, Southampton's attack, you should be ashamed of yourself. You make guys like Robin Koch look good out there. And Junior Firpo.
They just had nothing going on. I mean,
No.
to be fair, Leeds really had nothing going on either, but they had possession at least, I suppose.
Yeah, they didn't look very good.
Yeah.
But Aronson, I thought Aronson looked good.
Yeah.
That was about it.
They looked okay until they got
Like in the final
anywhere
third.
near the
Yeah.
box. Then
Final
it's
third
just
was
like,
rough.
we have no idea what we're doing here. Where's Rodrigo?
Yeah, we need him. Where's
Rodrigo,
Pat Bam?
Save us. Save us, Rodrigo.
Halftime 0-0. Your guy Pat Bamford did have a little penalty.
Yeah, he's shameless.
Issue.
He's shameless. That guy bothers me.
You're done with him now? You loved him a couple years ago.
Yeah, he bothers me. He's like the Per Mertesacker of forwards, how slow he's moving out there. Then he has the gall to go down at the slightest breath on him.
Yeah. Let's just get to the main part. Leeds have the breakthrough. Just a random play where the ball kind of comes out of the corner and Junior Firpo dribbles in, has a good look. Honestly, has a terrible shot.
Terrible shot.
It was a terrible shot.
terrible shot.
Bazunu kind of screened, but it was so slow that he should have saved it.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before on the podcast who the worst goalkeeper in the league was. You've always been a staunch Bazunu as the worst. And
Yeah.
I was saying, nah, there's no way he's the worst. Lloris is the worst.
Yeah.
Me bantering. But I immediately sent Mr. Hank a video and I said, okay, you win. This
Yeah.
guy is the worst. This guy sucks. What was that, dude? That might be the worst piece of goalkeeping I've ever seen. he can't catch the ball to save his life. It was slow rolling. A little girl could have cut that ball.
There's something about the way that kind of Palace did their quick little retool rebuild with young guys and getting championship players and bringing them to the Premier League. And then there's the way that Southampton have done it. And it's like these guys are not fully ready and they should have kept a couple of the older guys still around. I'm not saying you have to keep guys like Romeo and stuff, even though Southampton fans love that. But like maybe you should have kept Forrester just in case Bazunu wasn't good.
Yeah.
And you can't talk me into Alex McCarthy being better than Bazunu because I've seen him and he stinks too. So
He might be better.
yeah, maybe, but he still sucks.
He popped
he
off.
still sucks.
He popped off at the end of last season.
Yeah, and then Pat Bamford could have got a red.
Yeah, just flying into tackles, diving for penalties. What's wrong with this guy? He's lost the plot.
Yeah.
He has lost the plot almost as much as Southampton's attack has lost the plot.
Southampton had like no road support in this game either. It's like It would be like if you or I showed up and we were the only road fans.
Yeah.
I think Southampton fans have accepted they're relegated.
I don't think of Southampton as a club with great fan support.
Yeah.
I mean, St. Mary's can be all right sometimes, but I don't ever think of their away supporters.
I feel like when Southampton's like fully on just mid-table, they're fine, but you still expect something out of road support. I think everyone's given up on Southampton. Finishes 1-0. We were talking about this outside the podcast. I asked Sam, what % would you give, or on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say Leeds' chances of staying up are? Sam said a 5.
50-50.
Yeah. I get that they won this game. I just don't see it. And now it depends, I guess, when Rodrigo and stuff come back. I give it like a 15 to 20%. I just don't feel good about them.
I see four bad teams vying for 3 spots.
And you think that gives them enough of a chance?
I think they're on the edge of
What's their key to staying up?
of safety and relegation.
It's just Somerville and Llanto.
Definitely Nyanto. For some reason, they took him off when he was their best player at like 50 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't.
What was that? What was that, Javi Gracia? You fraud. I already hate Javi Gracia. Any twinge of Watford in the Premier League just makes me sick.
So Will Hughes, watch out.
It's such a poorly run club that when it seeps into the rest of the Premier League, it bothers me.
I saw a stat today that Watford have the most used players in the championship, which I thought was funny. You would expect that out of like a terrible team or something, or a team that's like injury prone. Watford's like most managers, most players, they just throw stuff at the board to see what sticks.
Even when I see Sir Elton John, I get a little sick inside.
So Southampton 100% going down. What team, just right off the top of the head, because you're in the best frame of mind for this, who's buying James Ward-Prowse?
Who's buying James Ward-Prowse?
Before we move on.
I mean, is he not like the most Everton signing ever?
I don't know if Everton
But
can...
they don't buy anyone.
I was going to say, I don't
they
know if
buy
they can.
anyone.
I agree that he's an Everton signing. He might be Everton quality, but...
Maybe like a Villa?
Yeah, maybe. Pull up the table real quick. We're spending way too much time on this, but pull it up.
This is what we're here for. This
Do
is
you
our
think
core
there's any way-
competency is going on complete rants.
Do you think... I'm just going to throw this out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might go to a bigger club than this. And what you're saying about Everton. But say West Ham sells Rice and they're just like, we have a lot of money. What do we do with it? And they
just go for a stopgap.
yeah,
James
even though he's
Ward-Prowse.
not a Rice replacement or anything, they're just like, James Ward-Prowse would be where a lot of the money's going to, and then they just kind of fill in people for the Rice spot. Does that not kind of seem like something that could happen?
It makes sense in my mind, but I can't convince
fit
myself
West Ham?
that I can buy into it.
All right. Final answer for me is going to be Newcastle or Tottenham. There it is. Let's move on.
Definitely wouldn't surprise me if Tottenham bought him, just because Tottenham signed like the most mid guys ever.
What was the next game?
Leicester
Arsenal,
versus
Leicester.
Arsenal.
Leicester and Arsenal.
A much more entertaining game than that game.
It felt very one-sided. It should have been more than 1-0. I'll say that.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's all Arsenal really to start. Solid passing. Breaking quickly when Leicester kind of turned it over, which Leicester were pretty turnover happy in this game. It kind of felt like Leicester, honestly, were always like one good pass away from a real chance.
Yes.
But the passing was not there. And sometimes it was Arsenal, good press in midfield, or, their defensive shape was fine. But there's one or two chances where it's just like they have to make a simple pass because they're around Arsenal's box and they just couldn't.
I agree completely.
Or even just like one half-decent through ball kind of played into space and you let Iheanacho run it down or something. I don't know.
Which is funny because it seemed like they were one pass away the whole game, and they ended with like one shot on target.
Yeah, it was funny.
It made no sense because on one hand, it seems like Arsenal dominated, could have been like 4-0.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
Leicester could have easily just
Leicester could have scored
struck
one
for
or
a couple.
two.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say the first chance really fell to Xhaka. That one, he gets a shot off, but it's blocked. Mm-hmm. It's very unfortunate. Arsenal keep having chances that fall to Xhaka, and he's just so slow on the ball.
He is pretty slow. Yeah, Arsenal really just putting the pressure on, like completely dominating. Then big chance from the corner, falls out to Leo Trossard, hits with a beautiful
Oh, my.
curler.
It should have stood solely for the fact it was so beautiful.
So beautiful.
I still don't even know why it was reversed. Truly.
Sometimes
They
Ben
called
White,
Ben White-
he gets a little lonely, and he wants to grab.
Sutar? But it wasn't even like that bad.
It's
I don't
because
know.
it's because
Or
on
they
the
call it on
initial
Ward.
goal, on the initial goal kick, Ben White was holding Ward's hand, so he couldn't get a full contact on the punch. It's a real cop out.
Yeah,
But when-
I disagree.
Yeah, when the problem is Ben White gave them
Somewhat of a
the ability
Excuse,
to make
yeah.
that call.
play overturned. Arsenal really solid wide in this game in terms of their attack.
Yeah.
I thought.
32nd minute, some more controversy. Harry Souttar just completely falls on top of Saka in the box. That's a big Aussie going down. Of course,
Yeah.
nothing given. We get maybe
I wouldn't
1
call it.
second of a review.
I wouldn't call it only because it's Sutar and he's an Aussie.
yeah,
You get those calls.
yeah, that's fair. Goes in halftime 0-0. Surprisingly, I keep getting the damn scorelines wrong.
But Arsenal start fast in the second half.
Yes,
Get a goal. Hit on the break. Trossard playing Martinelli through. Finishes very nicely.
Trossard, what a signing!
Yep.
He just
Super Leo.
gets into the team immediately.
Hey, man.
He started this one in place of Eddie Nketiah.
He's a guy who's very versatile in a good way. There's some guys who are like kind of jack of all trades, and it's like, what is he even really good at? I don't know. Trossard's just like solid at everything. He's
He
like
just
B
brings
plus at like
quality.
everything. Yeah.
It just brings quality.
He really
It
reminds
just-
me of a player kind of more from the Wenger era, kind of more like a not same kind of player necessarily, but like a Cazorla kind of tier player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they had more just general, like, creative,
Talent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Attacking midfielder type players. But yeah,
Kind of what Wolves go for, but they don't have, or they don't utilize them right. Yeah, nice link up from Odegaard, Martinelli, and Saka, but Saka's goal ruled offside.
Fraudulent.
Zinchenko,
Zelensky.
yep, had a curling effort, pushed away. Gabriel had a chance as well. And I mean, that's truly about it for Arsenal. They kind of just went through seeing it out. Dewsbury Hall had a chance for Leicester, but it goes wide. Finishes 1-0. Surprisingly, this was the only game that I had a bet on this week. And I didn't sweat it out one bit.
That's good. I was sweating it out.
I wasn't.
Didn't need to, but
I didn't watch it live, but I wasn't sweating it out. I had full faith.
yeah, it was just getting a little spicy at the end. It's like, come on, guys, don't do something stupid.
Yeah, solid win for Arsenal. Leicester performance wasn't bad, wasn't great. This is what it is.
Their attack was pretty disappointing.
Can I run something past you real quick?
Please do.
So Madison's gone in the summer for sure.
Yes, most likely.
Do you let Brendan Rodgers walk in the summer? You just say, look,
Is he out of contract?
no, he still has his contract. But do you sack him?
No,
Are you sure?
he's not getting sacked.
I know he's not going to because Leicester don't have the cojones, but
I don't think they should.
I think they should.
I think
They should go full rebuild.
Who are they going to bring in? Are they going to bring in Javi Gracia? Are they
Yes.
going to bring in Kiko Sanchez Flores?
Yes, Watford style.
Are they going to bring in Slaven Bilic?
Yes. No, I don't think.
Are they going to bring in Walter Mazzari? Are they going to bring in Walter Mazzari? What are they going to do, Hank?
anything other than Brendan Rodgers? I think it's just stale. I think a
It's a
manager's
little
time
stale.
comes and goes, and I think his time for Leicester's come and gone. He's a great quality manager, but I think they should move on.
I don't see any world that they get better by sacking Brendan Rodgers.
I think they bring in Nathan Jones. I think they should bring in Nathan Jones.
If they sack Brendan Rodgers, they'll probably go down next year.
What if Graham Potter's available?
I mean, think about it this way. So you're losing your best player in James Madison.
Mm-hmm.
And then you double down on that by bringing in a new manager.
Yep. What have we seen from Brendan Rodgers' Leicester without James Madison that inspires you?
Dewsbury Hall, vintage
Okay.
Harvey Barnes,
Oh, yeah? It's really shown up a lot this year without
Danny
James
Ward,
Madison.
Harry
just-
Sutar, Wout Faes.
Foot Foss own goals.
Wout Faes. I think what he would bring is just stability to at least transition from James Madison. Because if you bring in any other manager into this team, they're going down.
What about run it back with Ranieri for the feels, and then you go down, and it's okay. It's okay because it feel good.
That's elder abuse. Bring in Roy Hodgson.
I'm just glad that this turned into just a Watford bashing for like no reason.
Yeah. They deserve it for how poorly run of a club they are. They bring it upon themselves.
What's the next game we got? Oh, man. You were very off on this. You were very off on this.
I was off on
unfortunately.
it, but I was happy to be off. You know why? Because we were vindicated
Yeah.
about Danny Ings.
I brought it up last pod. It made no sense. West Ham Forest, early on, just all West Ham. I mean, the whole game was really all West Ham, but
Yes.
early on, Ings, chance, wide. Paqueta had a shot, ends up... did his shot go off the post?
It deflected off of Ings.
Ings and then off the post. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I thought Sushek actually had a good game too this game, finally.
He's looked good the past couple of games after he was
He had the
on the
handball
bench for a while.
He had the handball against Chelsea, and he's like,
That
yes,
gave him
this is my...
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, this is now what I can do.
He looks like he's been revitalized.
Force really had just sparse moments of quality possession in the first half. Maybe like once or twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's not a counterattack, and that's what we said coming in the year, if it's not a counterattack, it's like, what are they going to do?
And I expected more of their midfield, having Shelby and Freuler, Jack Colbeck. I expected them to at least have some possession, but
No.
it wasn't much.
Did you hear what you just said? You expected stuff out of John Joe Shelby, Jack Colbeck, and Remo Freuler. I saw some like Serie A guy kind of talking about Atalanta and talking about Freuler's importance to them when he played for them. I was like, you know what I've seen from him this year? Virtually nothing. Virtually nothing.
I just think when you have three guys like that play in the style that they do, you should at least have some like...
Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting like dominated offensively.
Yeah, well, when you got Chris Wood out there, you should never be dominated offensively. You got a legendary Premier League striker out there. Second half, more West Ham. What can you say?
Yeah, second half's where the party really started.
Yeah.
A big chance for Jared Bowen smacking a strike off the post. Little handball shout after Lodi's shot hits off Johnson's arm. Not given.
No.
Of course.
Forrest did kind of get into it in the second half a bit.
They did.
Definitely more in the first half.
They did definitely more. Some decent attacking play in the second half. But West Ham opened the scoring 70 minutes in. Some fantastic play from West Ham, starting off with Ings playing a nice ball up to Jared Bowen, getting it back on the end of Bowen's cross, open up the scoring. Just a beautiful, well-worked team goal.
Yeah.
Danny Ings imposing himself on the game from the start to the end.
Nope. I need Mikel Antonio out there. My name's David Moyes.
And they wasted no time getting a second goal. Ben Rama making a great weaving run into the box, passes across to Ings, who does enough just to bundle it in for the brace.
You know, there's always a lot of people that talk about stuff like underrated guys in the league, and no one will ever bring up Danny Ings, but Danny Ings, you have a spot on our podcast.
Yeah, he's
in our hearts.
We respect him. We respect him. He was great. He was great this game. Huge. Game changer.
Yeah, imagine if Southampton was able to bring him in, but unfortunately they won't pony up. They'll pony up and give Nathan Jones a 6-year contract, but they won't give Jesse Marsh or Danny Ings long-term deals.
Yeah. West Ham make it 3-0, 78th minute. Declan Rice curling effort sails into the top right corner. It's got to be said, Declan Rice, fantastic game.
He's building up the stock for his Arsenal, Chelsea, or United move.
I believe it was the second goal where he just made a beautiful run out of the back and transitioned well.
Yes.
He looked fantastic. Hopefully Arsenal sign him.
It's one of the three.
Keep Todd Bowley away from this man.
Great meal.
Great.
Great meal.
Todd Bowley's got the Bowley Bucks.
Yes. What does Man U have? They're going to have the, not UAE money, Qatar money.
And then top it off, 85 minutes and 4-0. Shortly after coming on, even Mikel Antonio gets in on the scoring. Fornals, nice little ball stood up to the back post for Antonio to head in.
Big ups to Mikel Antonio, who can't score when West Ham need him, but when they're absolutely smashing Forest, he's like, you know what? Hold up. Let me cook.
Let me cook. 2 yards out. Let me cook this easy header.
Let me cook this garbage time goal to blow out Forest even more.
The ultimate luxury player.
So true.
Ends 4-0. Forest absolutely just got blitzkrieg there in the second half. Didn't see that coming, but
they're away for them. They're a home.
They are definitely a home
team merchant.
Yeah,
that's all they have. Great win for West Ham. I don't know if they keep up the momentum in the league. Maybe this will kind of get things going for them even more in Europe. But I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a one-off thing for West Ham. But prove me wrong, West Ham. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's really weird to see West Ham score 4 goals. And I looked it up. The last time they scored 4 goals was a couple years ago against Norwich when Mikel Antonio
had like a bracer hat trick.
He scored 4 goals.
Lol.
It might have been. I don't think it was
not last year.
But they weren't up the year before.
Maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago, rather than 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know, but anywho.
Yeah.
West Ham. Possibly a good momentum builder.
I don't know. We'll see.
Good foundation.
I just think it's weird that Moyes came out with. Maybe it's just an anti-jinx, but he comes out and is like, yeah, Ings, he's got to get built in the team. They play him out here, gets a brace.
Psychological warfare.
Yeah, I just
the crafty
don't know.
Veteran move.
Yeah. I saw a thing that was like a West Ham fan account tweeted like, people think that anyone else on our team could do this. And it's like Antonio dribbling into space against Man U. And it's like, oh, guess what that resulted in? Not a goal. Congratulations.
Now they always say congratulations.
That's what I say about Man City beating Bournemouth 4-1.
Next game. Bournemouth versus Man City. I almost called this one too perfectly.
Would you say 3-1?
I said 4-0.
4-0.
Freaking
Jeff Lerma had to do you.
Jeff Lerma did me dirty after I've been doing him dirty and saying that he's trash.
You've seen Jay Lings, but have you seen the JL logo for Jeff Lerma?
Jeff Lerma, let's go. Patent pending, let's go. Let's get these notes. Not a whole lot to say.
I didn't even
about
take
this
notes
game.
on this game. I'll be honest. I just threw it on and kind of let it kind of sink over my eyeballs.
Let it wash over your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pretty much played out exactly as you would expect. City dominating play, first 15 minutes, finding the opening goal. Holland's deflected shot hits off the bar, rebounds Alvarez.
Such an odd goal.
Yeah.
Great build-up by City on this one, but such a weird goal. It's like you deserved the goal, but how did it end up this way?
Yeah, this crap tapping from Alvarez. Bournemouth had more moments than I thought they would. I will say that.
Yeah, they're hanging in there.
They were hanging in there.
They're a little frisky. It's just one of those things where they didn't score.
But then they made a huge mistake. 29 minutes in, their defense getting absolutely caught out. Gundogan making a nice run in behind. Crosses to Phil Foden, who squares for Holland for the tap, and that's just getting brutalized.
Yeah, we were talking about Phil Foden last week, saying where'd he go, and he had to pop off against Bournemouth just to prove a point. But
Very strange.
remember last year, early in the year when Foden won past to Holland at
Yes.
times? That was funny. That feels like a whole season ago. That's why I said last year.
Yeah, you got the before the World Cup and after the World Cup.
There's a lot going on. Then you got Phil Foden adds to it. Capitalizes from a mistake from Phil Bill.
Oh, that pass. That pass from Billy. Oh, my. Oh, he set him up
Sauce.
perfectly.
Sauce.
Put one in the assist column for Phil Bill. Goes in halftime, 3-0.
Game over.
Yeah, game over at that point. City out of fourth, just on the other side of halftime. Alvarez has his shot hit off at Chris Meppen
Yeah.
for the own goal. The OG Chris Meppen.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And then 83rd minute, just an absolute consolation, and to really just ruin my prediction, Jeff Lerma picks
He's
up the
there.
consolation goal.
He's there to despise you because you said he sucks.
Yeah. Finishes 4-1. Easy victory, as everyone would expect.
Not super, super duper easy for City, before you look at it, but
They didn't play that great.
yeah, exactly. The result favors it more than the performance, but still a solid performance out of City. Bournemouth may be a bit hard done, but what are you going to do? You expected to lose this one anyways. You just flush it.
Yeah, I think they were a little naive at times with how much they were getting forward.
Yeah, well, when
Oh,
you're
well, you're going to
Bournemouth,
lose anyways, so you might as well.
just go for it. Mr. O'Neill.
Moving on to the next game. I can't believe I never got that signed copy of FIFA 23.
That's where Bournemouth seasons really went downhill. We should have got that.
Yeah.
Should have happened.
Put that in a frame.
Palace Liverpool. I called a draw. I think I called 1-1 though. Unfortunately.
I feel like I must have predicted a Liverpool win.
You did. You predicted the Liverpool double this week. So 1 for 2. Yeah, I mean, Liverpool in this game, insanely sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Very
evidenced
sloppy.
by Trent Alexander-Arnold passing it like straight back to Mateta practically, putting him one-on-one if he didn't have Alisson, the best keeper in the world. Psych, that's Emi Martinez, bruh.
Psych, that's Gavin Bazunu.
Yeah, Alisson, big save. Mateta, you would want him to do better, but at the same time, Alisson's just supernatural. What are you going to do?
It's goated.
Yeah. Liverpool's attack looked pretty good in this game, though. They had Jota going. That's about it. I just can't believe the fall from grace that Salah just like not involved at all, it feels like, at times. The majority of times.
They're just such a weird team with how poorly they maintain possession. It's like, can they string together 3 passes?
No, they
Probably
don't.
not.
They don't have a midfield.
Probably not. You got Godu Gakpo just up there for some reason.
Well, first off, how is this like Basilic or what's his name? I forget how you say it.
Bajcetic?
Yeah. How's that guy like their third best guy?
I don't know. That's the tragic state of the Liverpool midfield.
It's like I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean Fabinho's washed beyond all belief. He's just toast. Naby Keita's like I hate to act like, we're amazing footballers, even though we are. I think you might be better than Naby Keita. I think if we just stuck you out in midfield, you might be able to play side to side like Michael Carrick style.
Naby Keita, that
least.
guy. You know what really bothers me is that he had the nerve to say he should be playing more. 1, you're hurt like all the time. 2, you suck. You are not good. He's not good at all. I think how bad he is has been masked by the fact that he's been hurt all the time.
Yeah.
It's like if we saw him play all the time, everyone would realize that he's just terrible. And I think I am better than him.
Big chance right before half. Trent Alexander-Arnold just losing the ball. Truly, talk about fall from grace. I mean, next year might be like nut cutting time season for Trent Alexander-Arnold. How much he's fallen off, but regardless, back to the game. Schlupp takes it off and passes to Mateta. It goes off the bar. Palace
Huge chance.
just not fortunate enough there. Brutal. Vieira, roll of the dice. Is it Mateta? Is it Edouard? Who do I go with? He gets it wrong there, apparently. Although I don't know if Edouard scores either, so
Yeah, probably.
maybe it
not.
was always a lose-lose. Halftime 0-0. Second half, Salah, 49th minute. Curling effort. Goes off the bar.
Yeah, that was his one
Chance.
involvement in the game. Yes.
Yeah, it's just sad to see. I mean, it's kind of, and I don't even feel like it's complacent. It's just like teams know, like we just have to isolate him because who else are they going to go through?
Yeah, and that.
And who's going to
they
get him the
can't
ball?
Get him the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Liverpool not very creative in the second half. Your guy Gakpo, big chance. Salah plays him through, but he can't get the effort on target. Finishes 0-0.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, I had a feeling Palace, they might not have a win this calendar year, but Selhurst at night, it's OP. It's OP a lot of times. What are you going to do?
Their defense has been quite solid, actually, but the attack has just been awful.
Putrid, to
Liverpool,
say the least.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel okay about them, but other times I just watch them and I'm like,
I
they
never
can't
feel
even
okay.
pass 3 times.
Yeah, I don't feel good about Liverpool ever. Yet they might get top 4,
They,
so we'll see.
They rely on Bajcetic to be the facilitator.
That's nice. You want to be that in that situation. Moving on, the one Sunday game. Tottenham, Chelsea.
This one hurt my soul.
This was a disgusting game.
How about Raheem Sterling? They come back to her.
Yeah,
He's kind of been popping off.
yeah. Well, he dove early, although there's like the slightest bit of contact, but it was so weak that it's like
Yeah.
you're just never gonna get it.
That was just shameless. That's trademark Raheem Sterling.
That's Pat Bamford-esque. Yeah, you're not at Man City anymore, clearly, Raheem Sterling, so stop diving. Chelsea just create so many chances, it feels like, at times, and they're just like so close, but they just can never get it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's truly incredible. João Felix had one at the 7th minute. And Chelsea getting their possession going. Tottenham obviously sitting back. You know what Tottenham do.
Mm-hmm.
Tottenham, 27th minute, little move. Leads to a Højbjerg shot that's deflected and hits off the post.
Yeah, that's what they do. I mean, they're not going to create a lot of chances, but they'll try and hit on the counter.
It's incredible playing Tottenham. You see them on the counter, and you just have some weird feeling that it's going to be a goal, even though they get like 5 of those chances a game.
Yeah.
You're just like, you know what? It'll probably go in.
A little bit of excitement before halftime. Sterling cutting in from the left has a shot saved by big Fraser Forster. That guy's
Yes.
a big lad. And then before halftime,
The Ziyech incident.
some weirdness going
Yeah.
on, a little scuffle. Ziyech ends up getting shown a red card for a retaliation
Yeah.
push on was it Royale?
Yeah. Which I didn't like it was a red. I was surprised they overturned it
Yeah.
because normally that stuff never gets overturned, but a red right away, that was like, what? Come on.
Yeah, the hand to the shoulder sliding up and grazing the face.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just very weird
Yeah.
in general. Just the fact that it kind of like popped off at that moment.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Ziyech, who wanted to leave, and then Graham Potter's like, no, we'll play you. And Ziyech's been trash. What are you going to do? Halftime, 0-0. Second half, your guy, Ollie Skip,
Ollie Skip.
just a banger.
Yeah, I thought it could have been saved.
Well,
little soft wrists from Mr. Kappa.
yeah,
Kappa,
the manlet. The manlet. What are you going to do?
Hey, that's me.
He's vertically challenged. He's a little guy.
I got floppy wrists.
In the words of Fred Armisen, he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
Nice little sequence, though, for Tottenham. Normally Tottenham came out there like late first half, Tottenham. No, early second half, Tottenham's back now. Are we sure this guy shouldn't be the manager over Conte? Whoever this guy is, this Italian guy that got in there?
Yeah, this generic Italian man.
Scalini
Yeah,
or
I
something
think
like
so.
that? Really nothing happens besides a little back and forth in terms of possession, but it was mainly Chelsea doing nothing with the ball. And then Kane doubles the lead. Corner comes in, back post, falls for a tap-in. Finishes 2-0. Tottenham win games and just it's truly incredible. It's not even hating on them. It's just like you simply don't deserve to win these games the way you play. But
100%.
Chelsea, we've reached the point with Graham Potter. It's back to the wall. It's balls to the wall. He's got to do that now. Do you think so? Beating Leeds Saturday, it doesn't save his job. I think he has to happen is he has to beat Leeds and then he has to beat Dortmund too, in order to keep his job. But if he loses the Leeds, right there, it's done.
I think he's on a game by game basis at this point.
Yeah.
Any game could be his last. It's like the ownership is like, no, we trust you, and then he goes out and drops some L's.
Yeah, but now Bowley doesn't trust him. I feel he definitely feels the media pressure and the fan pressure to get Potter out of there. It's like, yeah, he started off the first 8 games, he won 6, drew 2, lost none. That's nice. That was back in November, December. He's what? Like probably 4 and 6 or something in his last 10, I would guess. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's got to be something like that.
Yeah, it's not good. You know, the one thing I noticed in this game...
Well, I guess they did beat Bournemouth, so they're probably like 1, 4, and 5 or something like that.
I thought João Felix didn't play very good.
Yeah,
I thought he was really selfish. There were a couple good chances where he could have made a pass. Instead, opts to take the chance himself. Worst of the chances.
Yeah, my only problem with that is that no one else is scoring for Chelsea, so I can't hate on him too much to try and force it in hero ball. But at the same time,
you got to pass to Kai Havertz. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, son.
Hey, if if they don't qualify for a Champions League, he's leaving for, what was it this week? Bayern, or it was like PSG too, or something like
PSG, Real Madrid.
It's like, who is his agent? Danny Rowe's agent?
Barcelona.
It's like, yeah. What is that? So you think? I guess we'll just save it for predictions. What we think, because you gave the Moyes call last week that he's gonna get sacked. We'll see what you think about Chelsea, but the 2 midweek games: Arsenal, Everton. I got to be honest. I only watched the highlights of this one.
That's all you need to know. First half.
I was getting live updates on my phone when I was at work, and I was like, this game isn't going to be worth my time to watch.
First half, Sean Dyche was doing Sean Dyche things. Everton just parked the bus pretty much. Arsenal was finding it a bit difficult to break through. Eventually did get the breakthrough after some stunning play from young Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
Just another world-class goal coming out of him. And then they found the second goal.
Martinelli's finding his form again.
Yeah, Martinelli getting back into the swing of things. Big mistake from Idrissa Gana Gueye. Again.
You know what's crazy to think about? I'm going to cut you off right now. I think Martinelli's only like 3 goals behind Rashford, which is crazy to think about because it just shows how good Martinelli started, and then he had that kind of run where he's out of form. And Rashford's been popping off for a while now. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But go on, Idrissa Gueye. Please tell me more about how he sucks.
Absolutely gets his pocket picked. Sean Dyche dies inside watching it. Martinelli, nice, cool little finish, goes in halftime, 2-0. Very comfortable for Arsenal at that point. The second half was pretty much all Arsenal. Dwight McNeil had one chance that was saved by Ramsdale. But
yeah, what about Odegaard? He scores. He has the little Selly dance in honor of like Gabby Jesus.
Yeah, Odegaard scores
Goated with the sauce.
Another assist for Mr. Trossard. Nice play down the left-hand side, cutting back into the middle of the field for Odegaard with the first-time finish. And then Gabriel Martinelli adding a second goal in the 80th minute. Assist from young Eddie Nketiah subbed on.
How about that? He's back. better than ever.
Nice little toe poke.
Who needs
from,
Gabby Jesus when you can beat Everton 4-0 at home?
from Martinelli? Yeah, a nice, comfortable win for Arsenal. Got the revenge over Sean Dyche. Anti-jinx
I just imagine you
complete.
doing the like Liverpool. What's that guy's name? The Liverpool ginger guy, the Irish guy. Where he's like, finally, Liverpool have won. I imagine you doing that, but for Arsenal against Dyche. Finally, Arsenal have taken care of Sean Dyche.
Finally, Arsenal
now-
have ended Sean Dyche's
Now
run.
the title run can resume.
It's great to be top of the league.
Just stuff like that. And then Arsenal will draw with like,
Southampton.
yeah, and then you'll be like,
You are not good enough.
you're not fit to wear
You're
the
not
badge.
fit to wear the badge. You are not fit to wear the badge. And then Q win.
We finally beat Leeds United at home.
Back in the title charge, lads.
Just
No, that's a good win. No, that's a proper kitty.
Are you thinking Everton? you-
Suck, yeah.
Would you say them or Leeds have a better chance of staying up?
Everton.
You think Everton does still?
I
Okay.
like Sean Dyche a whole lot better than I like Javi Gracia.
Okay. I do like Leeds personnel more somehow than Everton's. Barely, but
yeah.
I do
They
like
got-
Dyche a whole
they
lot
got
more than
Nyonto.
Gracia. So
Both teams have inept strikers.
let's get this last game out of the way, and then I just kind of want to let's do a little mini recap of where things stand about how we're feeling about stuff. Let's get this last game out of the way. It's kind of it wasn't a boring game, especially the first half, but second half was kind of boring. Liverpool, Wolves. Wolves are in it early. Had a little mini counterattack, playing Jimenez in space. Ends up in a shot from Montinho. Very nice save by Alisson.
Yeah, they had a pretty good game plan.
Felt like Wolves, it felt like Wolves could have easily got one, and you're just like, oh, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Right down the tubes.
Yeah, they were solid defensively, but still they weren't sacrificing too much possession.
Mm-hmm.
They had some decent half chances. Again, this one, though, a lot of giveaways from Liverpool. To be fair, there was quite a bit of giveaways from Wolves as well, but just so many giveaways.
Yeah.
Liverpool, what is...
It was kind of an open game for like the first 10 minutes and then like the last 10 minutes of the half. But like that mix in between, it was kind of Liverpool just trying to hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
And the Wolves held it for a little bit. It was a lot of just kind of possession of like, let's try to not make this open. But then they just both crap their pants at doing that.
Couple of chances for the
Your broccoli zoomer boy Elliot with a
broccoli
terrible
headed
header.
boy. Yep.
Maybe if he had a
Free
different
header.
haircut, it's in.
Yeah, it deflected off the perm. And then just before
For real.
halftime, for real, no cap, he volleys one into the turf and bounces up. Saved nicely by Saw. Goes into halftime 0-0. Second half, Kilman making a nice
That was insane.
last-ditch tackle.
The little
on-
wraparound kind
on
of slide.
Jota. That's
Ooh.
very nice. Darwin Habibi scored. Ruled off for a foul on Jota.
I'm surprised they called that.
I am
I
too.
think I thought it was, but at the same time, it was like they never call that
Yeah,
because it wasn't like 100%
Yeah,
like you'd call it. But I was like, wow, really? Okay.
you know, VAR, they just make their own rules. now.
Yeah, it's up for debate every time.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip.
Liverpool finally get their goal.
Finally, Liverpool have scored. And rightfully take the lead through Van
take the
Dijk.
lead. Oh, Van Dijk, you beauty. Set piece. Alexander Arnold whips in a ball for Van Dijk. Initial header saved. Falls to Jota. Passes back to Van Dijk.
I tried to go back and rewatch this goal just to take a look at it, but I didn't. It slipped my mind not to. But the Wolves just like play an offsides trap, and they're just like, let's let Jota run after the ball, act like he's off or something, because there's no one around him when he went to go get the ball after the save, and then no one was around Van Dijk really on the header.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, he's off. We'll just let it play, or I don't know what happened.
Well, you know, it was stupid all around. Stupid free kick given away from Mr. Mario Lemina.
Yeah. Can we not play him?
Yeah, please. That guy,
Can we not play him,
that
Wolves?
guy's not good either.
I know you just signed him, but that didn't stop you from selling Guedes and benching Guedes instantly. So
Yeah. Liverpool add a second 4 minutes later. Schmickus
Schmickus-Matip.
swings in across for Mo Salah, who scores.
Yeah, how about that?
2-0 for Liverpool.
Are we sure Schmickus isn't Liverpool's best fullback?
I just love the Schmickus, Darwin Núñez, like, tall and small man bun combo. They're like the same guy.
But like different bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good result for Liverpool. Not an awful performance that we've seen. It's probably their best one for at least like the last 2 games. Not saying much, but
I thought
Yeah.
Bajcetic or
Bajcetic,
yeah.
Yeah.
Have an easier name to say, would you?
yeah.
Jesus. Can't you be like
Jones. Curtis Jones. What happened to good old Curtis Jones, mate?
Finally a nice proper Englishman. I say this as an Irishman.
Finally, we have the Anglo-Saxon team we always wanted.
Finally a James Milner replacement.
But no, I thought solid Liverpool performance. They're gonna have to string a few of these together to get that top 4 spot.
I didn't think they played that well, but
No, but it's better than what we'd seen. It's definitely better than the Palace game. That was not even debatable. Wolves. I need more for us to have faith that you'll stay up, especially in attack. But
I thought, man, I was going to say something, and then it completely slipped.
Something about
mind.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, I don't know. Their passing was pretty sloppy in the first half, but
Yeah, it's not great.
oh, you know what I was going to say? Liverpool's upcoming run
Yeah.
is insane.
Is it tough?
It's insane, dude.
Go through it real quick,
Yeah.
and then we'll kind of do our
I saw.
little breakdown.
I
of
forget
where
who
teams
said
are
it.
at.
One of the pundits was like, "Yeah, if they come out no worse after this run of fixtures, then I think they'll finish top 4."
Let's see this. So it's United at Old Trafford, or no? They're home.
Wait,
They're home. So it's United, Bournemouth, and then it's going to be Fulham.
yeah, Real Madrid, Fulham,
Yeah, well, Real Madrid, they're going to be knocked out of Champions League, but
City.
Fulham, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Leeds, Forest.
Yeah, really, it's up until the Arsenal part.
Okay. They still have Tottenham to go and stuff. I don't know. It's not easy. The very, very end looks easy, but some Leeds
they
and
got to play
Southampton stuff.
United, City, and Arsenal within the next
Yeah.
3 weeks or whatever.
You don't get to play Newcastle anymore, Liverpool. It's not so easy for you. Yeah, no, that's insane. If they come out of that with a point a game, I think that's probably pretty good. But yeah. Well, let's kind of break down. We don't really have to do top 4, I guess. We can, unless you want to talk a little about Tottenham, and if you think
Tottenham's finishing top 4. I said that they weren't, but now they are.
So you think they're going to finish at Newcastle's going to finish 5th, do you think? Or you think Liverpool passed Newcastle?
Man, it's hard to say.
Newcastle just draws so much.
Newcastle draws so much. They do have 2 games in hand on Tottenham. I don't know what those games in hand are, but
Yeah.
Newcastle's scoring hasn't been as great lately.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
And
Their defense is still holding up.
Tottenham, they just have that mystical power of somehow they win games that they shouldn't.
Yeah, they use like a Jedi mind trick on teams.
Yes.
It's very odd. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Newcastle's going to finish top 4, which breaks my heart.
My aching, breaking heart.
Let's go down to more the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
This is kind of where I want to break down with you.
There's a big clump of teams.
Yeah, go down. You're
From-
not even at the bottom yet.
From like
You like scrolled halfway.
from like Palace.
Would you? And I asked you this a couple weeks ago. Is Palace the cutoff? Like, even though Palace aren't playing great and they haven't won this calendar year, they're the cutoff, right? For who can go down. Anyone below them can go down, you'd say, or would you include Palace in that for teams that could go down?
I think you could throw in Palace. Yeah.
Okay.
There's that big chunk of teams
I mean,
that
it's
are just
6.
not
It's only
that
6
good.
points. So we have Palace, Forest, Leicester, Wolves, West Ham, Leeds, Everton, Bournemouth, Southampton. The 3 that are in the bottom 3, you think they're going to go down, or you think Everton over Leeds is the way you're leaning right now?
Yeah, Everton over Leeds.
for whatever reason, I was
Leeds
really
do have a game in hand on
I was
Everton.
really think I both Bournemouth and Southampton do.
Wow.
Ugh.
That doesn't mean much.
It
It's
could be
another
something.
loss for them.
You say that, but Southampton, you never know.
Yeah, they suck.
They do suck. I don't know. Maybe I'm silly for thinking West Ham is kind of out of the
West
coast
Ham-
is clear, but I know I'm feeling like that, and that's
Come
crazy
on, you
because
Hammers.
before last week I was like, oh man, I'm really nervous about him going down, and then I predict him to beat Forest, but it was just so convincing, and as long as Ings is out there, it's weird. I have faith. Just don't play Mikel Antonio every game.
You got
Even if
Ings.
it's Ings and Skamaka or whoever you want to rotate in, just not always Antonio, and you'll be fine. Even if it's
just
Antonio
always Ings.
sprinkled in there, that's fine. Just have a rotation for who's in form. You have options. I think they're safe.
Always Ings. Declan Rice is absolutely on one.
What?
Jared Bowen's been playing better. Suchek has looked a lot better. Sue Fall,
If
I forgot to mention.
yes,
I think
he's been playing better.
he's been playing kind of along with Suchek.
If I was clairvoyant and I time traveled from May and I was like, Sam, one of Forest, Leicester, Wolves, West Ham is going down. One of them went down. Who would you bet
Sorry.
your life on?
Forest, Leicester, Wolves,
And West Ham
And
went
West
down.
Ham.
Yeah. Who would you guess went down?
Forest.
I would say the same.
Yeah, I mean you have to, right? I mean West
Yeah.
Ham, they're underperforming, but they have some good talent. Wolves are just
Would it
solid
surprise you if
defensively.
can we look at Forest schedule? I just see how many home games they have left. I could let me put it like this. If Forest just went on like a 9-game losing streak, I wouldn't even bat an eye. I'd be like, yeah.
Okay, so they're at home versus Everton. I think that's probably a win.
We don't have to go fully in depth, but I just see 1 road game,
A
2
couple
road games, 3 road
against
games,
Newcastle and Wolves, and then away to Leeds,
4 road
away
games,
to Villa, at home to United, away to Liverpool, at home
5,
to Brighton, away to
6.
Brentford, at home to Southampton, that's a win. Away to Chelsea, that's a win. At home to Arsenal, that's a
7.
win. And away to
7
Forest.
road games, and it's probably like an even split. I think they'll somehow grind and stay up, but I don't know.
yeah.
We've
7
seen
and 7.
before where some of these teams towards the bottom go on like a little bit of a burner a bit too soon, and then right at the very end they lose momentum. I don't know. If I had to go power rankings for who's going down, it's Bournemouth, Southampton, Leeds, Everton, Forest. But even you could talk me Forest over Everton. Just because Dyche.
If Forest were to win 5 of those remaining games, that would put them at 40 points, which is
Enough. 40 is always enough.
usually enough there. So I think they'll probably do it.
You think they can stick with 5?
Yeah.
How about West Ham and Leicester at -6 goal differential down down there?
You know, they got a solid defense. They just
No attack.
got no attack. Meanwhile, you got teams like Bournemouth.
-26 or Forest -24 and 13th.
Yeah, I want to see the split between their home and away goal differential.
Trash. Let's get to this next week's stuff. So we start off City and Newcastle. Newcastle fresh off the Carabao Cup final defeat to United.
The last time this one was played was a banger, 3-3.
Yeah, it was one of, if not the games of the year. At the Etihad this time, City kind of clicking again. Newcastle, they're missing Pope for the cup. Now he'll be back for... No, he won't be, because it's... How many games? Because he saw straight red.
At least 2, I think.
Is it 3 for him, maybe? I don't know. But he's out of this game, I would assume. So it's Karius in that?
No, it would be Dubravka.
Dubravka. Yeah.
Dubravka can play in the cup final because he was
'cause
tied to United.
United, yeah. So you got the winner's medal. Yeah, Dubravka, please save Newcastle. I'm going to go Man City 2-0.
I was going to say the same thing, 2-0.
Ooh, it's going to be another one of those weeks where we have the same prediction for like 6 of the games.
Probably.
Arsenal, Bournemouth at the Emirates.
Should be a pretty easy one, hopefully.
I would think so.
3-0.
I was thinking more like a 5-1.
5-1, okay. Jeff Lerma, 81st minute.
No, Phil Bill's going to hit a banger on your head.
Okay.
He's going to scare you. It's going to be 2-0. He's going to hit it, and you're going to be like, oh.
Shit.
And then it's Arsenal, second half
Yeah.
domination. Villa, Palace. What are you looking at in this one?
Well, Palace don't score any goals. That's a given.
Well, what about a Elise free kick in the 90th minute, bruh?
Yeah, I suppose. I think, man, I think this is going to go one or two ways. Either Villa scores 2 goals within the 15-minute mark, or it finishes 0-0.
Okay.
And
See,
I'm torn between those.
See, I have a weird feeling because I just kind of felt like Palace would kind of roll over and not play that well the rest of the year and kind of have to grind it out.
Yeah.
But that Brentford game kind of gave me some hope, even though they only drew and they blew it. It kind of gave me hope in terms of they can still fight. I'll probably go the 1-1 draw here. I don't love it. I don't hate it, but I feel like that's the right result.
I'll say 2-0 Villa, just
Just to be different.
cheeky.
Okay. Brighton, West Ham. This could be a sneaky West Ham game. Although Brighton better kind of at home. I feel like this year the Amex, that's your stadium, your favorite stadium.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll with a hot hand on this one.
You go West Ham?
Yeah, 2-1.
Okay. I'm going to go, even though Brighton aren't playing that well, I'm going to say it ends up as a 0-0 draw.
De Zerbi banned for this one.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Chelsea
He's rumored
versus-
Chelsea.
Chelsea versus Leeds.
Is this Graham Potter's final game?
Could be. Definitely could be.
Could Leeds really do a double over Chelsea? Are you backing Javi Gracia to go into Stamford Bridge?
No. I think at home, it's probably be like a 1-0 Chelsea.
I was going to say it's going to be Chelsea, but it's not even going to be convincing.
No.
No Thiago Silva, though. He's out, hurt. They're going to be relying on Benoit Badiashile and hopefully not Chalobah, but they'll probably play Chalobah. I'm going to go Chelsea 1-0.
What about Fofana?
He is back now.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back, and he's blue.
Sorry, Arsenal fans.
I wish we had a soundboard.
Yeah, that is so
Be
good.
hammering that button.
I'll go Chelsea 1-0, but I don't feel great about it. No, you said 1-0? I'm going to go 2-1 just to be a little different.
Okay.
Wolves, Tottenham. I want to get your take on this because I'm considering betting a team, but I feel like it's just not going to go my way, depending how I bet.
I think this is just going to be another one of those games where Tottenham wins and scores 2 goals off of like 2 shots on target.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Tottenham, I think, is plus 125 right now. Plus odds,
Yeah.
and Wolves aren't playing that well. But Wolves, I think I'm always partially biased to like giving Wolves a chance because their midfield is bound to be better than a lot of teams because Neves is just so good. But I don't know. I'll probably end up betting Tottenham, and I'll hate myself. 2-0 Tottenham.
Yeah.
Is that you're agreeing 2-0? Yeah.
Yeah. 2-0, maybe 1-0.
Okay. Southampton, Leicester. How is this a primetime game? Southampton, they were really banking on Southampton being Europa League bound like I was before the year.
This is a crime against humanity to put Southampton on the primetime.
You know what? You can tell Southampton's just in a bad state as a club. Mm-hmm. Guys that are like solid before they came to Southampton are now just like bad. Just flat out bad. Joe Aribo, solid at Rangers. They went to the Europa League final. He just starts off well. More time he spends around Southampton, gets worse. Orsic, big component for Croatia's World Cup run. Spends time around Southampton. Loses all his form.
Yeah.
Used incorrectly. That's how you know Southampton are doomed for relegation. With that said, will Leicester do a 9-0 like they've done before against Southampton? Probably not.
No.
I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leicester victory.
I'm going to say 3-0 Leicester.
That's a lot of faith in Leicester's attack. Can they pass this game?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know that beforehand. Because if they can't pass like they couldn't against Arsenal, it's going to be a trouble. Forest Everton. City ground. Can Forest kind of... I'm almost expecting that they get 3 out of this.
Yeah. But it feels uncomfortable to say it.
Yeah.
Because
I
Everton
can't imagine,
defend pretty well at
I just
times.
can't imagine Everton winning unless... Like, it'd have to be off a corner or like a set piece, and it's like a Tarkovsky header. I just have no faith in their attack right now. Unless it's like a McNeil or Seamus Coleman cross in the box. But who's heading it home? I don't... Like, it's Maupay in there. If I don't have faith, you can score goals. That's rule number 1 of bad teams. If I don't have faith, you can score goals. I can't trust you to stay up.
Yeah.
Even though you do have Sean Dyche.
You know, I was going to say something about Everton that really peeved me.
What's that? Something about Onana?
No.
Oh.
Did you see who they started at center back against Arsenal?
Refresh my memory.
Michael Keane.
Is he out there? I don't
over
remember
Connor Cody.
I don't remember that.
Michael Keane started.
Well, he's Sean Dyche Burnley
over
legend.
Connor Cody. I've lost my damn mind. What are we doing? We're playing Diego Costa in 2023. We're playing Michael Keane in 2023. He's played like 2 games this season, and in both games they've like conceded 5 goals.
We saw enough from him last year when he started dropping own goals. I'll go Forest 1-0. I don't feel great about it. I really don't.
I like Forest 1-0.
Okay. Liverpool United. Are Liverpool hot enough? Or have United just thrust themselves so far into the title race that they're unstoppable?
Second half of the season, making a title charge.
Second half of the year, we're going to do a title charge.
Gonna do a title charge.
Finally, we can show the world
Finally.
that the Reds are superior than the Red Devils.
Then the Reds.
The Reds are superior than the Reds.
It's got to be United.
I get it's at Anfield, and form goes a bit out the window when it's a rivalry like this, but Man U's midfield is so much better than Liverpool's. It's not even fun.
Remember when they played earlier in the season?
No, I don't remember a lot of things, but I know Man U smoked them.
I thought Liverpool won.
Did they?
I thought it was 3-0 Liverpool. Or am I thinking last season?
That was a few years ago. It was like 5-0. Remember that?
Let's see what the stats.
2-1 United, 1 in August. I remember that because they both hadn't won.
I'm thinking of last year.
You called that United victory because you're like, all right, I'll say it. United are gonna win this.
United are gonna win this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
remembering the
Oh my! Go down. Last year it was 9-0 on aggregate. Liverpool. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was a meme.
Oh, brutal.
I'm gonna say 3-0 United.
3-0. I think it'll be semi close. I'll go with a 2-1 victory. I think Darwizi Habibi. No, Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo. He gets it done.
I want to hear Jurgen Klopp say Cody Gakpo. Yes, the Cody Gakpo was right.
I actually prefer if someone else ask me the question rather than you. I do not like answering when you ask me the question. So if someone else could ask the question, I will answer it. There's a Monday game?
There's a Monday game, and it's a doozy. It's a Brentford Fulham.
I like this. This is our kind of game. What are you talking about?
This is your kind of game.
It really is. Oh, yeah.
You know what's my kind of game? My kind of game is none of these games, to be honest.
Your kind of game is Southampton Leicester.
Yeah, maybe.
No, not really.
Maybe because I'm Leicester pilled.
The crazy game, or
Brighton,
the game,
West
your
Ham.
Game would definitely be Chelsea Leeds. You're a chaos kind of guy.
I hate
And
Chelsea. They're a terrible team.
They're chaos.
And I hate Javi Gracia.
Yeah, that's why it's your game. Brentford Fulham. I'm gonna like this game. Nice midfield battle between the two. Mix of attack. And we didn't even talk about, because Brentford didn't play it this week, Ivan Toney pleading guilty to the charges. We're gonna find out soon what his punishment's gonna be.
Yeah, I've heard it's 6 months, but
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that's going to be in the off season, so it wouldn't really matter that much.
Well, they'd throw it on top of his going into next year, right? Is what I would guess.
No,
What do you mean you can't have an off-season suspension? That
that's
doesn't make sense.
100% what happens.
That doesn't even make sense.
Look it up.
That doesn't make
Do
sense.
I look like I would lie to you, Hank?
with those shades on?
I've done the research.
Yes.
I've done my own research. If Solomon Manor doesn't score in this one, I'm gonna be pissed. Manor Solomon.
He's got it.
Which is
it's
it?
Manor Solomon.
The mayor. It's
I'm
the
gonna go-
manner and how we do.
I'm gonna
things.
go with a beautiful 1-1 draw.
I'm saying 0-0. There, I said it.
I love it.
There, I said it.
You're going against Solomon. You're going against Brian and Boymo.
The player of the month, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's hear your prediction.
My prediction is, I think Højbjerg's gonna score against Wolves.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You don't like that?
I'm gonna be betting Tottenham this week, and I will hate myself for doing it. Tottenham Man U parlay. Is that the play this week, Sam?
That's not bad. It's not bad.
Last week the week before was a little rough with Newcastle and stuff, so I didn't want to get too crazy last week. If I was getting crazy, I would have went Arsenal West Ham. Would have worked out, but I just went Arsenal last week. This week we'll kind of spice it up again. Maybe Tottenham, Man U.
I'd be curious on the
Maybe
West
just-
Ham odds.
They're pretty high. Let me run through it real quick.
Yeah, I wouldn't parlay them, but I'd throw a
Cheeky $10.
yeah,
10 quid.
10
Maybe.
a
What do you think
tenner.
of just a real quick tenor on Man U? What was I gonna say? West Ham and Leicester. Is that the move?
I don't know. After watching Leicester against Arsenal, I'm a little weary.
West Ham's plus 350
Leaders.
tomorrow.
West Ham is plus 350.
Yes. Well, it's at Brighton, so that's why they're on the road. They opened at plus 370, but now it's plus 350.
Hell yeah, I'd be throwing a tenner on that. That's some. Yeah, I like.
What do you
that.
think of Villa Palace plus 235 to draw?
That's not bad too.
Tottenham sitting there plus 125 is just too enticing for
That's
me. Let's see
juicy.
what United's is for plus 185 for United to win outright. We're gonna go official bet of the week Tottenham Man U parlay.
Well, you said West Ham was plus 370.
Yes.
How's that work?
That's the odd. Well, they started plus 370. They're plus 350 right now.
Plus being the
Yeah,
the
so if you-
underdog.
Yes. Brighton's minus 130. I think
And you're telling me United is the underdog?
not necessarily. I think it's just kind of split. It's
When it's
Liverpool
close
is
to
plus
100, then it's
yeah,
kinda
even is kind of, but with soccer it's a bit different because there's not always a outright winner. So Liverpool's plus 135, a draw is plus 270, United's plus 185. So yes, United is the underdog to Liverpool technically.
that's insane.
They've very much favor the
Home team.
Force is plus 170. What do you think about that?
I don't know. That's a trap game.
I know.
That's a trap game.
You have a gambling addiction if you're betting Forest and Everton. Come from a guy who bets
I think
spring training baseball games.
I think Forest and Everton and Southampton Leicester are trap games.
Yeah. I'm going to somehow talk myself into Villa Palace draw at plus 235 late tonight. Just know that. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I'd be hammering the hammers though. Tell you that.
All right. I'm going to throw it out there to our good friend in Vegas. Even though he's not in Vegas, we got to keep his location under wraps. But all right. That's it. Hell of a podcast.
Hell of a podcast.
Next week, we'll be back. As always, check us out. Spotify, YouTube. Leave some comments. Leave some likes. We need it. We love it.
Comment your favorite meme tier player.
Royale with cheese for me.
Yeah. Mine is, I don't know.
Junior Furpo. Game-winning player or game-winning goal, Junior Furpo.
Voot Foss. Do it for the Voot.
Bazunu.
All right, everybody.
Adios, mis amigos.
Until next time. Stay frosty.